From the creators of How Much of a Feminist Are You comes How Sexy Are You Actually? It should be a sure way to tell that you're a sexist because it comes from Buzzfeed. And if they know something, it's about sexism. Oh god. Let's see how Dr. Fluffy scales. Let's do this. Who should the breadwinner of a family be? The man, the woman, whoever gets paid more, it doesn't matter, the dog. Now I'm going to answer, of course, whoever gets paid more, because that's what makes sense to me. But I would love to know this. Did anybody else notice that women tend to go after, not really go after, because normally women don't go after men, men go after women. That's the most common thing. Not all, hashtag not all. But when they choose a man, they tend to choose the one with the highest financial earnings, like at least above themselves. It's like they want financial security. And again, hashtag not all. I know girls particularly that actually earn more than their partners. But isn't there a trend there of seeing like women choose men that earn more than they do? Like search for financial security? I would love to see any study on this and more opinions, but this is the perspective normally I see. So I think that makes men be the breadwinner most of the time, and that's not for personal choice of men. It's normally because they're kind of forced to. But again, I would love to hear more feedback on this. We should spend more time on the housework. Man, woman should be a shared responsibility. Nobody. We should live in the squalor. It should be a shared responsibility. I always share with my girlfriends, and but in the end, it kind of depends on the working hours of each one on the of the couple. So if the girl works more hours, the guy has to pick up a bit more responsibility. If the guy works more hours, the girl should pick up more responsibility. It should always be shared, but it always depends on the working time of the couple. Have you ever described a girl as slutty? Yes, but only because she was so slutty in the past, but I feel bad about it now. I think it sometimes, but I never say it. I would never. Yes, but only because she was so slutty. And I'm a very honest person. Like, if you're being an asshole, regardless of gender, I will call you out on being an asshole. A lot of times I even lose friends because of that, because I'm so honest. Like, if you're pissing me off at making me lose my patience, I will not hold back my words. I will tell you as it is. And if you get pissed off by it, so be it. Without thinking, pick a boss. Him. All my bosses have been female, and I have no problems whatsoever. They're all great people. All my supervisors were a woman. But when you say without thinking, I looked at the pictures and I thought, is she a feminist? Immediately I chose him. That's what feminism did for women. It makes men afraid of trusting women as easily as trusting men. Because you never know if she's a crazy man hating uh, ideologue. So, yeah. Thank you, feminism. Answer honestly, have you judged a woman's intelligence because of the way she speaks? I judge everybody's intelligence by the way they speak, at least in the first stage. Then, of course, as I meet people, I understand that a lot of times I'm wrong. And I do feel a bit bad about it, so maybe the first option. But it's regardless of gender. Why do you think there is a gender pay gap? There isn't one. Pay discrepancy exists because women choose lower paid work. Yes, it's true. Don't go to gender studies. Go if you want to earn more and you don't want the existence of a pay gap, go to a good profession. Um, but of course, women have different interests than men, and sometimes earning more money is not their priorities, and it shouldn't be. You should do whatever makes you happy, regardless of your pay. At least if you want to be happy and not just survive on money. Uh, Believe me, if it was because I wanted a lot of money, I wouldn't have choose biology. There just aren't enough women qualified to be senior positions at their companies, or they're not interested in higher management. This is almost kind of true, but it's more true because of this. So it's not really true because women are and the work they do are less now. Without thinking, pick a doctor. I'm going to pick her because my current doctor is a man and he's like an old man and he's kind of very incompetent. He's like, oh, it's always stress and stress and stress. It just doesn't seem to care. So maybe, I'll go with the girl because maybe she's a bit more caring and a bit more attentions to the patient. Why do you think there are so few women in politics? Because men are more suited to leadership and politics? Kind of. Because women have babies? No, I don't think it's because of the babies. Most women that go into politics don't really worry too much about babies. Because voters are sexist, women aren't supported in government and face some. No, that's definitely not the one. Um, at least not in the West. We are talking about the West, come on. Because they just don't want to be. Because they just don't want to be. Again, women have different interests, have different goals in life. Let the men be there, being corrupt and fighting for positions. The women make good bosses. Yes, of course. Huh? What the other ones? No, they have not much to prove. No. Yes, but they're not usually better than men. They are not. It's not. Again, I think this is something regardless of gender. So I'll go with the last one. Without thinking, pick a nurse. She. Um. Now, I would have picked one of these two because I would not pick her because it really bothers me when I get a doctor or a nurse that is overweight because are you going to take care of my health if you don't take care of your health? I'm not feeling it. I like her smile. I think she's pretty. I think I would feel well being treated by her. Doesn't mean she will be more competent than the other two. But in general, without thinking, yeah, I would go for her. Can women be great mathematicians and scientists? No, otherwise we'd see more of their achievements in history. Depends, women's brains are better suited to linguistics, emotional intelligence. Yes, we do know that our brains, women and man brains, work differently. There's a lot of studies on this, and we know that our brains process different types of information differently, and women are better at some things, men are better at others. That doesn't mean that a woman that can be a great mathematician or a scientist. It just means, in general, that's not what their brains are better for and what they strive more for. Because, for example, in biology, I know a lot of women there and they're great scientists. Again, all my supervisors are women. If you lost at a sport to a woman, how would you feel? Annoyed, embarrassed? And I know because happy, good for her. She's so sporty. Live it, but only because I'm incredibly competitive. Yes. Without thinking, pick a professor. This guy, because he truly seems like he would teach me science and not gender studies or leftist indoctrination bullshit. Well, she does look like a gender studies professor and someone who will go with the PC culture, and he just looks like a politician. So no. Can women be funny? Then generally less funny because they don't have to be funny to attain a mate. Yes, this is biology. This is actually a biological thing. It's a sad thing for me because, first of all, one of the things that I love in a woman is that she's funny and that she can make me laugh. But I think that's also because I'm terrible at going after girls. Like all my girlfriends, they were the ones who came after me because I'm a kind of a shy guy. I'm not really the kind of guy who is in a bar and just goes to a random girl and start talking to her. Much less now that even saying hello to a girl can be sexual harassment. No, I'm not. So most of the time when a girl is interested in me, she is the one who tries to approach me, and she's the one almost that has to be funny. But in general, that's not the way that it goes. It normally is we men are the ones who have to be funny, and we are the ones who have to show that we are worth it, because they have all the power in reproduction, in mating. They are the ones who choose us. Of course, not all, but in general. So we should spend more time raising kids, mothers, fathers. Mothers, because at early stages of the child, the affection and emotional connection with the mother is much more important than the one with the father. The one with the father is more important teenage years, in the after puberty, when you need an authority figure and someone to kind of pass you the rules of society. Then the father becomes a bit more important. But in the early stages, the mother is much more important than the father. So a stronger connection in the beginning with the mother is important. Has anyone ever called you sexist? Yes, all the time, like once or twice, never. Like once or twice because, of course, feminists. Feminists will say anything if you say there's difference between woman and man, regardless if it is good or bad. They say, oh, sexist. So no, I don't leave lose sleep over it. Don't worry. Do you think sexism still exists in the West? Yes, against men, against men. Yes, there's a lot of sexism going on right now because of feminism. And apparently, according to Buzzfeed, I'm 56% sexist. Why? Because I believe in dimorphism, biological differences between men and women, and I believe we shouldn't ignore those differences. Thank you, Buzzfeed. I guess I'm going to cry myself to sleep now because I'm so sexist. No, this is the feminist theory. You cannot accept biological differences between men and women. You cannot accept that we have different interests and different things that we are good at between the sexes, and it's normal. It shouldn't be a problem at all. We have equality in the law. That's what matters, and then we should just leave ourselves to do whatever we want. Like that study in Sweden that shows that the most free society you can get, and the biological differences between the sexes just increases because people are free to do whatever the fuck they want. So it's amazing. And a little note: have you noticed that the feminists don't just hate men? They hate beautiful, successful, in shape, like fit women. They hate them. Like, look at what happened to Emma Watson. She did that photo shoot. Immediately, she was bashed by feminists. If she was overweight, ugly, and not successful, she would have been praised as like this miracle of feminism. Oh, she's so brave by doing the photo shoot. But because she's pretty, she has a good body, she was slammed for it. Because that's actually envy. One of the things that drives feminists is envy for successful and beautiful women. But that's it for today. I would love to know your opinions, and from girls too. I would like boys and girls to give me your opinions on this matter. If if you agree with these things, and I would love, especially girls, I would love to hear their perspective, especially on these relationships, because we all can only look at the perspective from ourselves, from our side, from like our friends and ourselves. So it's really nice to hear as much opinions as we possibly can, because for example, that's one thing that feminists don't do. They don't listen to other people's experiences. They just close themselves in that bubble. This channel is not a bubble. This channel is for everyone to give their opinion to, and because for us all to learn. Because I'm always willing to change my position if people convince me to, and people give me evidence to. So I would really like to start a conversation. If you like this video, leave a like, comment. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to start a conversation. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video. Share my videos. Help me grow. Help me give my opinion to more people and to start a discussion on these subjects, because I really want to spread out some ideas and break out these bubbles that we all have created all over the last years. Stay fluffy!